Hey Gifted Crafters, welcome back to my channel. So I got tagged on a separate event and I answered some questions that were surrounded around quilting, and I thought it was a lot of fun. But I have a lot of crafters out there that are not into quilting. They do other types of projects, like my sister who does embroidery. So I thought this would be a great opportunity to kind of create a separate tag along here that would then kind of expand out to other crafters and just kind of build up our community. Because isn't it wonderful to be able to reach out and get to know each other better? So I thought that this would be a great opportunity to do that. And so here goes. I'm going to ask about 10 questions. I'll give you my answer, and then I'm going to tag 3 more people. And hopefully this goes around and we all get to listen to each other's videos and learn a little bit more about each other. So have some fun with this, and here goes. So the first question is, what is your favorite drink while you are crafting? Well, I have to say I do like my ice cold water, but I also like to have a nice cold cup of lemonade. So I would say that that's my favorite drink. The second question is, what is the best time for you to craft? So I guess that quiet moment that I get is probably best in the morning, because that's the quietest the house is and I get to kind of just really focus on my crafting. My third question is, what is your favorite thread brand and color? I have to say my color, of course, is red. And my favorite thread brand, I really like the Sim thread because I like the multiple colors that it comes with in the little packets. They're pretty inexpensive and they do a pretty good job. So I'd have to say that one. I don't have a huge embroidery machine or anything like that, so that one seems to work for me. The fourth question is, what is your favorite stabilizer to work with? Well, when I'm embroidering, I just tend to use tear away the most. I think it's the easiest, and I like how it kind of just tears off in the end. It just is simple to use, and I tend to use that one a lot. My fifth question is, what type of product or fabric do you like to work with? Well, I have to say when I'm sewing, 100% cotton is probably the best because I do like to sew a lot. If I am embroidering, I do like to embroider on shirts. So I do a lot of embroidery on the shirts. The sixth question is, who is your favorite designer in the crafts that you're working on? So everyone has different favorite designers, and it all depends on what type of craft it is. But I have to say, if I'm embroidering, I tend to go to Embroidery Library. I also like to look at designs by Juju. She's got some great designs out there, so those are probably some of my favorites. If I'm sewing clothing or pattern, I really like Simplicity. I think they're really nice, and you can find that pretty much anywhere, so it's just easy to find. So I have to say those are kind of one of my favorites. Let's see. What is your favorite type of music to listen to while you're crafting? I have to say, it's got to be my crafting tunes. I really love the CD, and I think it really helps to kind of bring your focus in on your craft, and you just kind of have fun listening to the tunes while you're crafting. Okay, next question is, what is an item you use to craft with that's not a typical crafting item? Well, I'd have to say that would probably be chopsticks. I tend to use chopsticks a lot, whether I'm sewing or even on the embroidery machine, to kind of keep my fingers away from the needle and also flatten out or kind of push items along under the machine. So I tend to use those a lot. The next question is, what do you do with all your extra crafting projects? Well, I do have a few, because I tend to kind of do it at least 2 or 3 times until I feel comfortable with a process, especially if I'm learning a new technique. So I have to say, I give a lot of the projects away, whether they be to family or friends. And the last question is, if you could craft with anyone, who would it be? That one's kind of tough. Of course, I always love to craft with my sister from Boricua Sewing Crafts, that's Jeanette. But I also would really love to craft with Jenny Doan from the Missouri Star Quilting Company. She's a quilter, and I do love quilting as well. So I'd have to say those would be the people that I would love to craft with. So now I need to tag 3 people who will then hear this video and hopefully kind of push this along. These are the 3 people that I'm going to be tagging. So I'm tagging Jeanette from Boricua Sewing Crafts. I'm also tagging Eve from the Baby Booty. So what you guys were going to need to do is create a video of your own and answer all of my questions. Then add a question of your own in the end. Once you do that, you're going to tag 3 content creators, and let's have fun with this. Tag, you're it. I hope you guys really enjoy this. Please go ahead and like and subscribe, and I hope to be crafting with you soon. Bye, everyone.
Nancy with GiftsHQ makes crafting videos, creating with passion and a love for what she sews. Crochet, quilting, and sewing, crafting is what she knows. Making smiles one craft at a time. Your talent will grow with every stitch and every thread she weaves her on. Her hands create something special straight from the heart. And as the colors come alive, the joy spreads near and far.